WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Scott Martin. People gathered outside of Virginia Courthouse today as 20-year-old James Fields saw a judge for the first time. Fields is the man accused of plowing a car through a crowd of protesters Saturday. We want to warn you, some of the video may be hard to watch. Chris Van Cleve has more from Charlottesville.
Nazis go
home! Get the hell
home!
out of here!
Nazis go home!
Another tense moment in Charlottesville as two white supremacists squared off against locals and the media outside the courthouse where James Fields Jr. appeared before a judge.
If an angry mob starts beating your car with sticks, and there are hundreds of them, and the police are not protecting you, you panic!
But the case inside the courtroom is about this video from Saturday where police say Fields slammed his car into counter-protesters and two stopped vehicles, killing one and injuring at least 19. The 20-year-old was arraigned in court this morning, appearing via video from jail. Fields looked scared and nervous. Those who know him remember a child who used racial slurs and was fond of Hitler. Derek Weimer was Fields' high school history teacher.
He loved Hitler and he loved, the Nazi movement. They were all, geniuses, and the whole white supremacy thing, that white people were dominant.
As a young teen, Fields' wheelchair-bound mother called 911 multiple times. Records show he allegedly threatened her with a 12-inch knife and on another occasion hit her. Fields, who's now the focus of a federal civil rights investigation, grew up in Kentucky but moved to Ohio with his mother a year ago. Newly released court documents show Fields worked as a private security officer for Securitas, making $650 every 2 weeks. In 2015, Fields joined the Army but lasted only 4 months due to a failure to meet training standards. Court documents describe Fields as cooperative, and that could be helpful as the investigation now focuses on piecing together his trip from Ohio here to Virginia and any contacts or social media exchanges he may have had with groups espousing violence. Securitas, his now former employer, says he was on scheduled time off and has fired him. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Reactions from this weekend's violent protests in Charlottesville are happening all across the U.S. This was a scene here in North Carolina today. A woman is seen climbing a Confederate statue, ties a rope around it, then the crowd pulls it until the statue falls down to the ground. Here at home, discussions are happening on the Mississippi state flag. Sources tell us the Mississippi Black Caucus is calling on Governor Phil Bryant to hold a special session to address changes to the flag. Senator Roger Wicker has called for changes before. Governor Bryant has said before that changing the state flag should be up to voters. The suspect in a Marshall County murder investigation may have been spotted in Yalobusha County. This is the man law enforcement are looking for, 31-year-old Joshua Lee Fletcher. Investigators say he's from Louisiana. He's accused of drowning another man at a campground in Marshall County. Now, this is what investigators say that he was possibly seen in near Highway 32 and Yalobusha County Road 212. They say he was driving towards Coffeyville. If you see Fletcher or this vehicle, investigators say don't approach him, but call 911. A North Mississippi man arrested in Louisiana for doing donuts on an airport runway. Slidell police say someone spotted a pickup doing donuts on the runway of the Slidell Airport. Officers arrived to find the truck in a ditch, and this man, 49-year-old John Robertson of Kilmichael, he's charged with reckless operation of a motor vehicle. When police asked him what he was doing, he told them just being stupid. Time now to get a first look at our forecast with meteorologist Amanda Reynolds. Hey, Amanda.
Hey there, Scott. We had some rain showers earlier this morning and into the early parts of the afternoon, but cleared those out a little bit as we got into the evening. We had a gorgeous sunset. This picture taken by Steve Miner over in Sullivan, but right now temperatures sitting right around that 79-degree mark in Tupelo, and most of us are sitting in those upper 70s. We'll drop down into the low 70s for tonight. Can't rule out a stray shower for someone, but most of us will stay dry. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Agriculture plays a vital part of our everyday lives, but it's something we don't often think about as we should. Well, what we eat, where our food comes from, it all impacts us. The Commissioners of Agriculture and Commerce, Cindy Hyde-Smith, spoke to dozens of residents in Starkville about the importance of agriculture. Smith wants to raise the awareness about farmers markets and the impact that they have on our economy. Over the past decade, the state has gone from having 23 farmers markets now to almost 100.
Some people are very removed from the farm, and it's just not conscious on their minds of where their food comes from. So it's nice to talk about the inspections, the latest things that are happening in agriculture, and the growing population and the challenge it's going to be to feed that growing population. But to let them know that we have safe food to go on the dinner tables every night in this country. But it doesn't just happen. We have a lot of really good producers out there, farmers and ranchers, that give us that safe food.
This week has been tabbed as National Farmers Market Week. In news that's good for Mississippi, a dozen new officers will join the force in Columbus, making this the largest group to ever join the police department. This morning, the police department introduced 11 new officers to the public. Columbus City Council leaders were there to give them encouragement as they start a new chapter. The men and women went through several hours of training at the police academy to earn their badges. Officers will now enter field training before going on patrols on their own. Students at Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science begin preparing for the 28th annual Tales from the Crypt. Well, the actual show won't be until April of 2018. 57 students spent the day touring the library where they'll begin research. For the project, students pick a person buried at Historic Friendship Cemetery. Students then write a monologue of their interpretation of events that they were influenced by their research, well, from the person they chose. They then go through an audition process to perform at Tales from the Crypt. At Mississippi State, the ribbon was cut for the new Old Main Academic Building. This building is a unique addition to the campus because it's the only one the only building where classrooms are in the building. It also is run by the library. The building comes after Mississippi State, once again, breaks enrollment record coming into the fall semester.
Well, if you're hoping to get rid of the rain, tomorrow is not going to be your day. We're going to have more of those showers and storms throughout the afternoon tomorrow. Highs likely only going to top out in the mid-80s. I'll have your full forecast coming up after the break.
Your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Amanda Reynolds.
Well, if you don't already have plans to view the solar eclipse, maybe make some and enjoy our live coverage as well. Our special Here Comes the Dark will be airing next Monday at 1 p.m. on North Mississippi CW4. You can join us for all of your live eclipse updates. We'll have the latest here in our WCBI studios. We've had some rain and we can only hope that it doesn't stick around through Monday. We had a nice band set up from around Houston, Bruce, back west towards Grenada. Dropped over 3 inches of rain for them. We had about an inch here just north of Columbus, and then areas down in the south saw almost nothing as far as the rain today. Columbus, we stayed relatively dry. We saw about that inch of rain, but 77 degrees right now. That humidity continuing to be close to 100%. That humidity not going anywhere over the next several days. Most of us seeing those temperatures in the mid to upper 70s right now, and will drop down into the low 70s overnight tonight. Again, can't rule out a stray shower, but as of right now, radar is free and clear of those rain showers, but 1 or 2 may develop as we go into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, we will definitely see those rain showers all the way through the day. Likely we'll see those on and off showers, but some relatively widespread rain for most of us. Could see some of those heavy downpours as temperatures only climb up into the mid and maybe upper 80s. But again, we'll have those heat indices climbing up over 100 degrees because while we do have some of that heat, we also have quite a bit of that humidity. So you combine them together and you'll see those heat indices, or what it's going to feel like, well over that 100-degree mark. So again, Futurecast showing us we'll keep the showers and storms mostly to the north over the next for tomorrow. But then as we go into Wednesday as well, could see a few more of those scattered showers and storms popping up into the afternoon. So looking at the 7-day forecast, again, tomorrow the best chance for those rain showers. Then as we go into Wednesday and the rest of the week, we'll see temperatures climb back up into the 90s.
A terrifying high-speed hit-and-run, synchronized swimming cops, and a baby rhino's long overdue debut. Jeremy Roth has tonight's Take a Look at This.
On August 10th, a woman driving a BMW on Southern California's 10 freeway near Rialto was violently sideswiped by a speeding Infiniti. Her car spun out of control and became pinned under a big rig. The Infiniti fled the scene. The woman survived with minor cuts and bruises, according to her son, who posted images of the wreck on Facebook. But now they're pleading for the public to contact police with any information about the driver of the Infiniti. It's the police swimming video that's gone viral. Yes, you heard that right. Members of the Arlington County Police Department in Northern Virginia got wet and wild in their uniforms to promote Arlington's annual Police, Fire, and Sheriff's Block Party. Officials say they hope the online video helps put police in a positive light. As far as how long it took those officers to get their routine down, well, police say it took multiple takes over the course of several days. Well, hello there, little one. A baby rhino born at the Cincinnati Zoo finally made its public debut nearly 1 month after being born. Kendi was born July 17th, but zoo officials say his mother has been very protective. They've been nursing and bonding almost exclusively inside the habitat. But on August 7th, Kendi ventured outside to make a public appearance. Kendi is only the 5th eastern black rhino born in North America in the last 2 years. There are fewer than 5,000 black rhinos left in the world. But take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Still ahead, the Road to Higher Learning, a program in Mississippi that can help you earn your college degree.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
With the new season around the corner, also comes a new set of triggers for those that deal with allergies. We have more in tonight's Health Talk with Baptist.
What causes seasonal allergies and who gets them? Hi, I'm Dr. Justin Garner. I'm part of the otolaryngology team at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. For many people, they find that fall has arrived and the blooms of spring and summer have faded, but they're still sneezing and sniffling. Fall allergy triggers are different, but they can cause just as many symptoms as you have in spring and summer. Like all allergies, hay fever stems from a glitch in the immune system. Instead of attacking harmful foreign substances such as bacteria and viruses, it tries to neutralize allergens that ordinarily are quite harmless. In this case, weed pollen grains and other substances that fill the air from August through October up until frost. In someone with hay fever, inhaling these tiny particles triggers an avalanche reactions and resulting in the release of histamine, which causes sneezing, congestion, and fatigue, coughing, postnasal drip, itchy eyes, nose, and throat, dark circles under the eyes, and asthma attacks. Many plant varieties can cause hay fever, but the many varieties of ragweed that grow in North America are the biggest threat. Though the weed usually starts releasing pollen with cool nights and warm days in August, it can last into September and October. About 3/4 of people who are allergic to spring plants are also allergic to ragweed. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we'll discuss some of the other fall allergy triggers.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
The Mississippi State Department of Health reports 6 new cases of West Nile virus today, bringing the 2017 state total to 25. The cases reported are in Clay, Lowndes, Forest, Hinds, Leake, and Rankin counties. Only 1 case was reported in both Clay and Lowndes counties. 1 death due to the virus has been reported in Grenada County. Last year, Mississippi had 43 cases and 2 deaths. Peak West Nile virus season in Mississippi is July through September, but officials say cases can pop up any time of the year. A recent study done by the Mississippi Institution for Higher Learning shows in the last 15 years, 300,000 Mississippians attended community college or a university but didn't complete it. Complete to Compete is a new statewide program that finds these former students and encourages them to complete their education. To qualify, you must be 21, have no formal degree, and been out of school for over 2 years. We're coming up to tour nears completion as we preview the West Point Green Wave next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
We're almost to the finish line of the 60 Schools in 60 Days Marathon. Tonight, stop number 57, we profile the West Point Green Wave, who take aim at going back-to-back, just like they did in 2010.
WCBI 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and Emerson Animal Hospital, where your pets are family in West Point.
The hype is real, and the expectations are through the roof in 2017 at West Point as the defending 5A state champions began their title defense with an impressive showing at this past weekend's Davis Wade Jamboree. Head coach Chris Chambliss has kept his team focused on the journey, not the destination, despite the hype.
Every year's pressure, but it's nice to coach a place with pressure because that keeps you on your toes, keeps your assistants on their toes, and also keeps players on their toes. Our guys love to play football, they love to compete, and you got to get lucky. When you win a state championship, somewhere along the way, you got to get a 4th and 1. You got to recover a good fumble, make a pick, break some tackles, but that's what you work for in the offseason, and our guys have worked really hard.
And there aren't many teams in Mississippi that will outwork West Point or out-physical the Green Wave in the trenches. But now the Greenies are the hunted and not the hunters in 2017. Staying on top of the mountain, a completely different task than climbing it.
When the lights turn on, our guys, they come prepared to play. Getting ready to play during the week, realizing you got that target on your back, people wanting to knock you off. Our guys step up to the challenge, and they like that. They like knowing that, people are going to give us their best shot, and it helps them step up their performance, not only in practice, but during games.
Much of the attention from West Point's opponents will center around stopping MSU verbal commit Marcus Murphy. Not many have slowed him down in his 2 years playing varsity, but the biggest question is who will stop West Point on their grind for their 9th state title in school history. That remains to be seen, but it is known who the Greenies will rely on as they make that run.
You tell the seniors, every year the ownership of a state championship is to those seniors. Even though everybody else might have been on the team and contributed in some way, but the ownership, that senior class can go out saying, our senior class, we won a state championship, and our seniors coming up, they want the same thing. So, they're doing a good job leading us, and I tell our teams every year we're going to go as our seniors go, and our seniors are leading in the right direction right now.
West Point will start the season at home this Thursday night against Columbus, then travel to Louisville to wrap up August. After that, it's the annual rivalry game versus Starkville at Hamblin Stadium, which will open up the month of September. With the Green Wave on the high school football tour, Robbie Donahoe, WCBI Sports.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days with West Point High School was brought to you by Adventure ATV and Timberline Homes.
JUCO football season is right around the corner, and to no surprise, EMCC is one of the teams to beat for the national championship in 2017. The Lions are loaded with a bevy of area talent from Noxubee, Columbus, Starkville, you name it. Everywhere you can think from North Mississippi, there's probably a former high school football star playing for the Lions. And all that talent has the expectation to win the school's first national title since 2014.
The coach is expecting a lot out of us. We put in work, a lot of work throughout the summer and camp, and offense coming along good. We got a great defense. My job pretty kind of easy, just put the ball in the player's hand and then make something happen with it.
It's just a dream come true. Looking forward to it my whole life. Just look forward to stepping in and helping my team as much as I can this year, whatever they need me to do.
It's an honor to play for East Mississippi. I want to continue the legacy and continue build on winning and keep it going. It's just, a big opportunity just to be a Lion, coming in as a freshman, got high standards of being on the field.
Speaking of some of those guys that started on the high school football field, coming up tomorrow, the WCBI End Zone preview shows continue with 3A and 4A. Tune into that tomorrow at 6:30. We'll have a last year forecast next.
Well, if you're saying rain, rain, go away, we at least have to make it to Wednesday, and then we'll see more of those isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms, but all eyes are on that forecast for Monday with the eclipse.
Oh, everyone's excited, for sure. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks so much for watching us tonight. We'll see you